Hello and welcome everybody, I am Brandon and we got a buttload of news to cover today. I actually really quick wanted to mention that we're about to hit 100 subscribers. Very exciting stuff, I know. So if you like the video, please hit that like button and remember to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and ring that bell if you want new updates on all the content that I'm bringing out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys watching.
Wow, you really have stooped that low, haven't you?
Computer, how the hell else am I supposed to get YouTube to know how much of an amazing video producer I am if I don't tell people to subscribe?
I don't know, Brandon, maybe make better videos.
Can you please just tell the kids what news we're talking about today?
Well, I would rather not. I have been programmed to reluctantly help you in the production of this mediocre internet show.
I swear to God, computer, I will deactivate your app.
Sony has made the decision to postpone the launch of The Last of Us 2, one of the biggest upcoming games for the PlayStation for this year. What does this cancellation mean for other titles being released this year, and how could this affect the production and manufacturing of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X?
We got all that and more on another episode of the shit you care about. Alright, so jumping right into it, The Last of Us 2 has been indefinitely delayed by Sony, which is a huge bummer, seeing as how it was just around the corner from its release date. Iron Man VR was also indefinitely delayed, I should mention. That being said, I really felt like it was not on the same level as The Last of Us 2 getting delayed. Anyway, I did suspect this might happen, just not really with The Last of Us 2, seeing as how its release date was May 29th of this year. Not to mention, The Last of Us 2 has been delayed 3 times now, and we really have no clue when it's going to be coming back, so it's just totally up in the air at this point. So originally the announcement was said by Sony over on Twitter, reading, "Update. SIE has made the difficult decision to delay the launch of The Last of Us Part 2 and Marvel's Iron Man VR until further notice. Logistically, the global crisis is preventing us from providing the launch experience our players deserve." And then right below that they mentioned that currently there are no other delays that they have to announce right now. I would definitely take that with a huge grain of salt, because I almost guarantee you are going to see delays coming down the line fast at this point. The fact is, if they're already having logistical issues hitting The Last of Us 2's release date, then it's just a matter of time till other games and maybe even consoles get the same treatment. Naughty Dog did also verify this information via a letter over on Twitter where they said, "As you've likely just seen, the release of The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed. We're sure this news is just as disappointing to you as it is to us. We wanted to reach out to all of you in our community to give you a little bit more information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us Part 2. We're in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we were faced with the reality that due to logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us Part 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure everyone gets to play The Last of Us 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such a time where we can solve these logistic issues. We were bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood it's what's best and fair to all our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay, and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share. We wish you all, your families, and your friends the best of health. Thank you for being amazing fans and your continued support. Stay safe." These announcements come literally days after they released beautiful screenshots of this new game, by the way. I would definitely go check them out if you're hankering for some Last of Us 2 stuff. You can definitely tell that they were totally ready to release this game, and they were probably just about ready to go gold on it, I imagine. I imagine it has something to do with getting like the discs printed or getting all that special merchandise with like the limited edition versions and stuff like that out. Just a few weeks ago, we got news that everyone from Naughty Dog was working at home and still working to finish the video game. So I definitely think this is more on the end of like manufacturing or production. Seeing as how we have some of the biggest games and even next-gen consoles supposedly coming out later this year, like Cyberpunk and PS5, I am really curious to see how this coronavirus is going to end up affecting the production of those games and consoles. As of right now, I would not expect any of this to end up coming out this year, and we might even be seeing one of the last games to come out this year, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake, this week. Some people have mentioned, why don't they just make it a digital only game and then at least everyone gets a chance to play it, and you did see kind of the same conversation going around with Animal Crossing when it was coming out. Unfortunately, we're really just not there yet in the game industry where they're making, 80-90% of their money from digital sales, and especially when it comes to something like The Last of Us 2 with those big collector's editions and stuff like that, there are lots of people out there who are still expecting to go to the store and buy a physical disc or get their Ellie backpack or whatever the hell is also included in the collector's edition. None of us really know when this is going to end or when this is going to be over, and I mean, it could be another months that we're all inside here, and I think Sony's really just trying to take these steps in advance to not get people's hopes up when that date comes and they can't give you your game. But I think the best look for any company right now is to keep their workers and manufacturers safe, and if you just can't do it, you can't do it. Spend more time perfecting the game, fixing bugs, doing all that stuff. This then gets us into the conversation about next-gen consoles. As of right now, Phil Spencer's been saying that they have no plan B to change release dates or affect the release of the Xbox Series X as of holiday 2020 this year. Sony hasn't put in a word on this at all, but I almost guarantee with the delay of The Last of Us, they are not going to be putting out a PS5 this year now. And frankly, regardless of what Phil Spencer is saying right now, I really don't think they're going to be putting out an Xbox this year either. Seeing as how I can't even order a hard drive off of Amazon right now without it taking a month or two, there's no way they're going to be able to produce and manufacture all of these consoles that they're going to need by holiday season. So if things all clear up in the next month, then yeah, it's gonna look a little bit better for these companies to be putting out a console this year. But even then, the economy and everything else is not going to be back up to where it needs to be producing on a mass scale like this. And it really just doesn't make a lot of sense for them logistically to be releasing a console in the year that no one is working or has money to be buying luxury things like, video game consoles. Sorry for that a little bit depressing video there. I know it's a huge bummer to get bad news about a game we're all psyched about. And even more bad news on top of that when we're all speculating about whether or not the consoles are going to be coming out later this year, or if we're going to see any other games come out. Definitely weird times we're all living in right now. I wish you all well at home. Stay safe. Please stay inside. Don't be around each other, coughing on each other, and just chill out, and we'll all make it through eventually. Well, that's about all the news I got for you guys today. I will keep you guys updated, like I mentioned, with any new news that comes through with that stuff. Do you think the new consoles are going to be coming out later this year? And do you think we're going to see any other release dates get pushed back or indefinitely stopped for the time being? Personally, I think this is inevitable, and you're going to see a lot more delays come down the road, and I really do think Cyberpunk 2077 might be in the firing line next. That all being said, what do you think, computer?
Seeing as how my sister is the PlayStation, I wish her the best of luck in launching this year.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't realize you were so closely related to the PlayStation. You should ask her what that launch lineup's gonna be. I'd really love to know.
Like I would do anything of the sort for you. Besides, I don't share production secrets with simps.
Okay, I think the internet has had just about enough out of you, computer. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. This was another episode of the you care about. Like the video if you like what I do. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Please stay safe out there and have a kick-ass week.